Disney's Disneyland.
When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are.
Each week as you enter this timeless land, one of these many worlds will open to you. Frontierland, tall tales and true from the legendary past. Tomorrowland, promise of things to come. Adventureland, the wonder world of nature's own realm. Fantasyland, the happiest kingdom of them all. Presenting this week from Fantasyland, The Donald Duck Story. And now to tell the Donald Duck story, here is your host, Walt Disney.
This modest, unassuming young fellow joined our family quite a few years back. And the way he has been accepted all over the world makes us proud to tell his story. Now, later in the program, he's actually going to make a personal appearance. You might suspect that Donald's beginning was rather unusual. Yes?
Donald would like to know when he can come in.
Well, we're not ready yet. I have a few things to say about him first.
Oh, how nice. That's very sweet of you.
Well, as I was saying, Donald's beginning was rather unusual. You know, the rule around here is that we usually develop a character and then find a voice to fit it. But in this case, we had a voice without a character. It was a very unusual voice that we thought had possibilities.
Now we have another lamb. It's Christmas. Let us go. What? Oh, yeah? What's coming out here? Now we have another lamb. It's Christmas. Let us go. What? Oh, yeah? What's coming out here?
The date, Friday the 13th, 1932. A bunch of the boys were sitting around, scratching their heads, trying to find a character to fit this voice. Every creature in the animal kingdom was tested, from ape to zebra.
An elephant?
Now we have another lamb. It's Christmas. Let us go.
Seal?
What? Oh, yeah? What's coming out here?
Donkey?
Now we have another lamb.
Nope. Alligator?
Oh, yeah? What's coming out here?
Moose?
Now we have another lamb. What?
Pig? Cow?
Now we have another...
Oh, no. And finally, in desperation, they even tried a duck.
Now we have another lamb. What?
Wait a minute, I think that's it. How about a little girl duck?
Now we have another lamb.
Wow, that's no lady. Sounds more like a belligerent male duck.
Oh, that's right. Ducks have webbed feet. A duck likes water, so we'll put a sailor suit on him.
Now we have another lamb. What?
Well, fellas, we finally got it.
And now for his name. Let's see. Jimmy Duck? Joe Duck? Roger Duck?
But wait a minute, a male duck is a drake. Let's see. What goes with Drake?
D-Drake.
Donald Drake.
Oh, no.
All right, then. For screen purposes, we'll give him his mother's maiden name, Duck. Donald Duck.
Donald Duck? Why, that's me.
And now, here is the first picture that he ever appeared in before the public as Donald Duck. Well, Donald had a rough start, but he was a pretty good sport about it, and he went on to play many roles. Here he was a fire chief. Down here he's a polo champ. Up here he's a football player. And a big game hunter. Here Donald was a high-diving expert. Here he stood for law and order. And finally, he earned the right to star in his own pictures. Yes.
Whoa, Donald's getting very impatient.
Put Donald on.
Hi, Walt. How about...
As I was saying, folks, Donald's the pride and joy of our studio.
Oh,
A versatile character who can play any role assigned to him. In fact, he's the Gable of our stable.
well,
Yes, Donald, did you want to say something?
no. Go right ahead, pal. Don't let me interrupt.
We were very glad to see a cocky little character like this come along because we needed someone like him to play against these rough, tough characters that we had around the studio. Well, Donald didn't get much rest. About the time he thought he could relax a little bit, we had another part for him. I quit. Signed, Donald Duck. No, Donald didn't quit. But he did insist on picking his own cast for his next picture. And you can bet he made sure it was a little guy.
I'll take this one.
A cute little bee. In this picture, the little bee was storing his honey in the radiator of Don's old car. And Donald is fond of honey. Yes?
Donald would like to know if...
Hey, Walt, let's open it up to show. I haven't made my appearance yet. What's the big idea?
Well, Donald, I haven't finished yet.
You haven't finished.
No, I'm just going to tell them how you become a popular international figure.
Oh, how now?
And as a result of your pictures being shown all around the world, you've become a polyglot.
Uh-huh.
A linguist. You speak all these different languages. German, Swedish, Dutch. Well, I also, Donald, you know, I was going to tell them how you've become known all over the world by a different name. In Sweden, they call you Karianka. In Italy, you are known as Paparino.
Paparino? How about Greece?
Yes, Donald, in Greece, your name is, well,
Oh,
Donald, you've really become an international star.
how cool, how cool.
Yes, he's international, all right. Because regardless of what language he speaks, nobody can understand him. Now, with all of this international recognition, naturally it went to Donald's head. And he insisted that he be given a more dignified personality. To humor him, the artist even went as far as associating him with the old masters. Rembrandt's Noble Slav. With slight changes, Donald chose the Rubens influence. Gainsborough's Blue Boy. Donald strikes a coy ballet pose for Degas, the two dancers. How dignified Donald looked in Mousie's Man with the Pink. Donald sits for Franz Hall's Portrait of a Man. And even Pinky. Now, with all this new dignity, Donald demanded a new voice, a more dignified voice. And this is what happened. Now that you've seen the story of Donald Duck, I think it's time that you meet this character in person. You can imagine the problem we had getting this shy, bashful individual to make this appearance. Okay, Donald, you can come in now. Hey, what's going on here?
People, take and person, star of stage, screen, radio, and now, television. What would she like to have to do? Just name it. And it'll show the guys.
Donald.
Now what?
Well, that may be all right, I guess, but I don't think it's what they want. Well, now, maybe if you just...
Oh, yeah, I know. How about you little mystery? My name is Donald. I'm a duck. This is the city. I was looking at a homicide on the top of Tinker. It was the usual quiet night.
Pick me up.
Keeps the blood cold. He stuck a 45 in my limbs. So I chased down straight. And then, no need to be so raised to say. When you saw my face, he took it back and stopped still. The gas on the suitcase. The little glass and the turn and the star. The twist around. It was going to make it possible.
No, Donald, no, don't jump.
What's the matter now?
Well, I don't think you're getting the idea. Now, if you just only...
I got it. What do I want to tell you? I'm too young, Donald. Just take a sheriff west of the Rio Grande.
Whoa, wait a minute now. Wait a minute, partner. Wait a minute. You know, I think what you ought to do is...
Don't tell me. I know. A quiz program. That's what you want. Hello. Welcome to
Hello. Oh, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. We'll try to do something about that. Yeah, thank you. Hello. Yeah. Well, thank you. We're working on the problem right now. We're conscious of it. Thank you very much for calling. Hello. Well, yes, I know. We're conscious of it. We're trying to do something. Thank you very much. We'll take care of it right away. Thank you, sir. We will do something about it. Give me the control room.
Yes, sir?
Sam, we have a problem. It's an emergency, and you've got to help us out. Now, I tell you what you do. Once you do it, you
Okay, we'll do it.
Oh, fine, thanks.
What's going on down here? What? Sam, who's washing up my lap? This is ridiculous. I won't stand for it.
Thanks, Sam. That helps a lot. I think they can understand them now.
Hey, Walt, what's the big idea?
Well, Donald, a lot of phone calls are coming in about you.
Oh, isn't that sweet? Say, now, stay still now.
Well, not exactly, Donald.
Come on, Walt. Give me a hand. What are they saying?
Well, there seems to be a little complaint.
Complaint?
Yes, can you take it?
Sure.
Well, frankly, Donald, they just can't understand a word you're saying.
What? You mean I'm not going on television? I'm through? Finished? Rushed up?
No, Donald, you're not forced up. You're not finished. I tell you, though, you've been trying to be everything but yourself. You know, you just can't beat this old motto. Be yourself. And you know, it's a piece of advice that's good for all of us, too.
Be yourself. Yeah? Do you mean it?
Yeah, I mean it.
Think it'll work?
It always works, Donald. Just be yourself.
Well, I'll be doggone. That's a very good idea. A very good idea. Yes, sir. I'll do it. When you reach up on a star, makes no difference who you are. I'm Dale. We're chipmunks. Cowboys! Oh, no, you don't. Why don't you guys just be yourselves? See that? I will forget it. All right now. Oh, a brief course for a story conference. Oh, Dad, catch me some of money. This is going to be a very funny situation. I'll be cooking breakfast, and the chipmunks will try to steal my contents. But little do they know about this. Rubber cement. Uh-oh. Ready, boys? Okay. That's camera action.
Quiet. Speed, action.
When your heart is in your dreams,